Hi guys, Artiar here. So for today's video is about the Andras boss guide infographics that I made. Then I'm gonna show you guys like what kind of Esper you can pick and what kind of team combination you are able to make it out from the guide itself. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is the guide. Okay, so first we'll go through for. Hey, wait a second. How do I? And okay. So we'll go through for the first part first. So there's two ways to deal with this boss. One is using a max attack tabber to cleave it, or use a poison team that slowly kills the boss. This boss is meant to use poison to kill, but eventually the tabber's passive, the mechanic of tabber makes it really easy. So there's two ways to actually kill the boss now. So what you should need to avoid is using high crit rate on the boss. You have to avoid it because any kind of critical damage will greatly reduce, and any critical hit also AP pushes the boss itself. So if you have Tabber, build a team surrounding him to support him so you can attack the boss as much as possible. And if you don't have Tabber, you should go with Poison team. So the Poison team is like Hilda, the new Esper, is the most poison. She have the most poison effect in her kit. She also have debuff extension, which is the perfect choice for Andras boss. But if you didn't have Hilda and you still want to build poison team, it's still fine because you still have Kara, you still have Ife or like Jacob, all these kind of poison unit, right? Um, also deals poison to the boss. Just that the boss have very high poison resistance, so it takes a lot more RNG for it, but it still works. So debuff extension is very useful for Andras because Andras remove his debuff very quickly, and he takes the turn very fast. So increasing the the turn will actually make it more efficient. So this is the Tabber team guide. So Tabber team guide best in slot. For leader slot, no, there's no leader slot for Tabber team. DPS slot, that's only for Tabber. If you don't have Tabber, just ignore it. And for the support slot, these are the Esper that I like went through the leaderboard, I went through the Discord, I went through the other players who share their team, and I tidied it up. So I think this is the best 6 support slot for with Tabber. And then the alternative for leader slot is still no, and the DPS slot is still for Tabber, is still also Tabber. And then the support slot, these are the few Esper that I think is also good for Tabber team. But most likely you will see them more often on Tabber team, or you don't even need Lian. Sometimes it's Fabrice, right? And then for the poison team guide, for leader slot, the best in slot is either the speed leader for is Meredith, or Hilda for the defense team, the defense buff to make your team tankier, or you're going with Lian like HP leader. Then for the DPS slot is either you choose poison, bleed, or DPS. But the bleed here is actually just Camille herself, because she have bleed in her kit, and she's there for the debuff extension. And then yeah, so the rest is the poison unit, and Genie is here. Then for the support slot, these are the support unit that is able for you for the team. Oh, I noticed that Intisa is in a support slot. Maybe I should switch her out. Okay, then this is the tier listing, like best in slot and alternative, right? So we have the second picture, which is this one, is the example guide for the team. So like I made a few example. It's not all the example here, right? Because there's a lot of different team comp you can actually made it up. But this is the example. So like for this slot, for the first team is like Tabber here. You can either pick War Machine or Astro set or Windwalker or the new set with Avatara. Then it's like Ira, Abigail, Shenpin, Clara. Then the next one is like you can put Meredith as a leader. You can also switch out Fabrice with Ira slot, something like this. You can also just put in Ira Abby, and then you put in Intisa here and Meredith. There's a lot of different kind of team comp you can play with, but you need to keep note that try to avoid any crit rate on them, just and build your Tabber with raw attack percentage. Then it only mainly work for R0 and R1 Tabber because R2 above the Tabber will crit, right? So I think that it's not really that efficient. if it's R2 above Tether. I'm not sure. You can correction me if I gave the wrong info. Like R2 above Tether is still good. Yeah, but this is what I think, and this is the guide that I made. Then for the poison team, so it's like Meredith here is very good because her S3 deals max HP damage, right? So Meredith leader slot also give the speed buff. You can put Genie here because Genie won't crit and Genie deals like just attack damage, and she also can deal true damage when she get hit. And then like Kara and Hilda for the poison unit, and then one healer or the shield unit here. Then you can also build like Lian is a very good tank unit, right? A healer, right? Then you can put other 4 poison together here just to max out the poison on the boss. But this team is a bit riskier if your team can't tank through the boss. Then if you don't have Hilda, it's also fine. There's another team comp which is gonna be slow, but it still managed to do it, which is Meredith as the team leader, and 2 healer here and 2 poison unit. And all the poison unit have to be 80% accuracy above to land the poison often. Okay, so I will put these 2 image in the video description there in the Google Drive. So if you're interested, you can actually download it there. I also share it on Twitter and also Reddit, and see how the guides goes. So if you think this information is good enough, please leave a like at the video and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video, and bye bye.